Hi folks, Nick here. I wanted to review a few stocks, one of which is Exxon. They are going to be reporting soon, I believe. But anyway, hard to tell much from here except that it's going down. And as far as when I can't tell from 1 year worth of chart, I zoom out. But before I do so, I want to point out that today's move is huge. It's up 3 or 4%. I'm not sure if there was news on it today, but in any case, it comes off after 3 horrendous days. Oil has been on in a free fall of late, and it might be that they were punishing it alongside of just regular oil. Here's oil today is up 1%, but not before they hit 46 area in crude. So it's not surprising to see Exxon beaten down for the last few days. Add to it that the markets were actually in free fall as well, perceived free fall. So it was not unexpected. So today's bounce looks huge, right? But it still has a lot to conquer. Before I zoom out, I see these orange lines. Those are lower highs that extend from prior times. I can draw a new one if I want to complicate matters here and draw another one here. So I can argue for, hey, there's another orange line to contend with right here. So this could offer a breakout, meaning if they could break out above, say, 83 or higher, then it could feed another candle up to here, which in turn can feed another candle up to here if they can break out here, break out there, you know what I mean? So you're going to have to take it one step at a time. As far as longer term, I know I've opined on it negatively before, and let's see how well we did. Let me zoom out to 2 years first. Oh, before I zoom out, this area is doubly as important. Why? Because look to the left. It coincides with this. So this being a prior support level, though brief, will it become resistance going forward? If Exxon falters down, then it will establish itself as resistance going forward, and that's not good. Even when they break out of here, there's another level like that right here, this red one. So if I want to extend it to the right, you see that it will have another level to contend with even if it breaks out of here. It will have to show us that it can use this as support again by breaking through it and bouncing off of it to continue on higher. All right, having said that, let's zoom out. How about 2 years? 2 years gives me about the same picture, only tells me why I was so negative about it. I'm going to zoom out to 5 years and then zoom back in. Okay, 5 years tells me the whole picture. All right, so it had some ugly candles coming down here, but this is an ugly year for oil in general, so we won't punish it just saying, okay, bad management or anything. It's just had a tough year. Commodities are in trouble these days. All right, so what I saw is a head and shoulder-ish behavior, meaning they ran, they failed, they ran higher, they failed back to the neckline, they tried to run, they failed even worse than the prior 2 lines a couple of times. So you could say it's a complex head and shoulders down here, or it's a loosely interpreted head and shoulders there. Nothing is perfect on these head and shoulders because I'm not a technician. I don't trade based on technicals. I look at the behavior and just tells me the spirit of the price action. So here we had a nice ascending trend that we broke and lost on the way down. Now we have the opposite of a descending trend. That's not nice, but if they can break up from the upper end of it, you can see the potential. Like when they lost it on the way up, the potential was down here. When they're losing it, if they can break out of it. But this candle, although huge, doesn't erase that candle. These are weekly candles now. So I need to see it perform here, then here, then here. Okay, so we do have an event coming up, so let's date it. It is coming on 7/31, that is confirmed. So I could, first I'd look at the options, and I can see that the options market is pricing in about a $2 move, $2.05 move. So zooming back into 1 year. So $2, right now it's at 82, but 3 of those $82 came today. So that mucks up the picture a little bit. So now you have to use your gut instinct. Based on the open interest, it tells me that they want to pin it between 80 and 82.5, meaning I won't take lottos that are too far away because it would need a really big move for it to go. If I look into the August, further out in time, the full-blown August that expire around here, options, it tells me that they also want to pin it between 81 and 82.5. So currently, the market is expecting it to be between 80 and 82.5. So keep that in mind. I don't have any plays on it. I don't usually trade it a lot because usually it doesn't have a lot of premiums. But this time around, the volatility looks pretty high, and I'm not sure I've seen it there before. What do they expect to move on the August? About almost $4, $3.70 for the longer dated 25 days. So usually on earnings, you don't know how they're going to react. These earnings, they sold it. These earnings, they bought it. These earnings, they sold it. These earnings, they sold it. So it's a hit and miss, 50-50, because we don't know how the reactions will be. In a down market, I just can't imagine they have some positive stuff to say. Maybe they do. Maybe there's the surprise, positive, and people buy it. If oil have leveled, I'm not sure that it has. Maybe it has. If it has, then upside is from here. But in the long run, I mean, Exxon is as good an oil company, I guess you can argue, as any. And in the past 5 years, yes, 5 years ago was 50, and then rose to 70, and it established 70 area price, and then rose to 80, and then established 80 price. Tried to rise to 90 and 100 to establish a price there, but it failed. So maybe this is the area it wants to go further. It seems like where it wants to trade. So I would not chase it much higher than 82.5. So I'm not sure how you can set a trade for that other than sell spreads, which I don't recommend doing. So anyway, hopefully this helps you a little bit with Exxon. I know I said I have a couple of stocks to cover, so let's jump into the other ones, Intel, and actually I'll cover those in the recap. Anyway, Nick signing out. If you have any questions, let me know.